there's a couple other things that I want to discuss, and hopefully we'll have time to get back to it. But one of the things is in Dallas, Texas, young man at a Little League football game.
Oh yes.
And his brother, God can't remember his name. I know, son, look it up for me.
Yeah,
his brother plays in the NFL.
Yeah, his brother plays for the Broncos. Ex-NFL star Aqib Talib is the brother.
Yes.
This Yaqub Talib is the
one
perpetrator.
That they were doing. I think he turned himself in at this point, but they were doing a manhunt. So long story short, he's at a Little League football game of his son. His son's team loses the game. There's a flag thrown toward the end, however it plays out. He gets frustrated. There's a fight that ensues, and he shoots and kills a assistant coach for the Little League football team, of which one, and again, just my own, Tay played football, elementary school, middle school, high school. Evan played football and basketball in middle school, young, and then in middle school, and then high school, he just went exclusively to basketball. I've been at some AAU games where parents literally are living out their dreams through their children.
Living vicariously.
Listen,
I hear you.
I hear you. My thing with the boys was always like, do your best and play competitive. But the bigger lesson of life, because football and basketball, whatever, any athletics is only a microcosm of life.
Yes. How you play the game.
How you play the game, and not everything is going to always go your way.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Get used to losing sometimes. Michael Jordan, who put all his effort into basketball, considered to be one of the greatest of all times, lost some games.
Yeah.
LeBron James, who's my favorite, my great,
Pray for Moden.
Come on. I'm not going to get in that stats speak to. He's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT. But anyway.
Really? How many rings does a GOAT have?
That's a team award. How you going to? That just make, we got to do that one show.
I'm just saying, I'm ready.
It's a team award.
Team MJ over here. So
anyway,
I'm ready for.
It's a team award.
All these smoke. That's okay. Well, is he a leader?
Wait. So you're
saying. Or
is
he just an individual player?
So did Michael Jordan play more than 6 years in the league?
Yes.
Conversation over with. Because if he was he would have won every year. By your argument, he'd won the championship every single year.
No, that's not my argument. He's got more rings. He's got more rings than LeBron.
Well, LeBron's not done.
He's done.
He's not done. They already won this year.
Turned him over. Let's see the next trade he needs to get help.
He just signed an extension today.
Okay.
I meant to send it to you.
Okay.
That's him financially the greatest, so he's the greatest. But anyway, he's the greatest individual player of all times.
No,
but he still loses games.
Be not led astray. But anyways, we'll move on.
But he still loses games. All I'm saying is, like, using athletics as a microcosm of life for our children says that you won't always win.
Yeah.
Things won't always go your way.
Right.
And I used to tell Evan all the time, you show me who you are more as a person and a player by how you deal with the loss,
right,
than how you deal with the win.
Right.
Anybody can be happy when
they win.
When you lose,
how do you conduct yourself during adversity?
Look. Yeah. So this father living out his dreams through his son takes a life, and then he takes a life of someone who's committed their energy and effort.
And just to be clear, to frame this is at the game, in front of the children, under 9-year-old children,
other parents,
players on the field, and he shot a coach.
Yeah. And then not even smart enough not to do it off camera. Let's just assume now there's a camera everywhere.
I think that's a fairly safe assumption.
There's a camera everywhere.
I assume there's cameras everywhere.
There's an argument between another parent and a referee. And again, that's what irritated me most about amateur athletics. Because you have these superstar know-it-all parents who never played organized anything.
Wouldn't know it.
Yeah, people would laugh at me at a game because if I did say anything, I'm like, hey, Mr. Ref.
Mm-hmm.
I got to respect that man. And again, we teach our children how to live life by how we live life.
Yeah.
So when you're getting put out of stadiums and that kind of thing, whatever, you're not making it better for your kids. They're only seeing, okay, it's okay to clown. So now our community is hurt because this guy's gone. A family lost a son, a brother. Children lost their father over a little league football game.
Yeah.
Then
wow.
Now, all of a sudden, one black man is dead and his family is hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Another black man is finna go to jail for the rest of your life, or at least a good portion of it, over a football game.
Right.
I just think at certain points we just don't value things that it is the great value system that I think is meant. Stuff that we should value, we don't. Stuff that should have no value, we've given it high value. It's a little league football game.
Right.
Bro, it's a little league football game.
Well, see, and that's the problem. I mean, obviously we can sit back now in the studio and objectively dissect, what happened. But what happened because it was not a decision made based on logic or reason. It was an emotional decision. And when someone's, for lack of a better term, sees red and they just so happen to have the strap on them, then, I'll fix this problem. What you got to say about this? And then, okay, yeah, now that person's dead and you ruined your life.
Now what?
Now was it worth whatever? Who cares? I can't imagine a situation where this was necessary response.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
But we can say that days later, not in the moment. So the question is that what would motivate, because your brother's an NFL star.
Right.
Okay. Your kids are in, this Pop Warner League or whatever.
8, 9 years old.
Yeah, 8, 9 years old. What motivates you to do that?
And even if the drive is to get back to professional money, he's not going to do it at 8.
Right.
This game don't mean he's going to make it or not make it.
Right. There's no NFL scouts here.
No.
There's no.
And
there's
even
nothing,
if there is,
there's no college scouts here. There's no high school scouts here.
No decision is going to be made today.
Nothing.
Like, what are you like?
Right. This is of no consequence.
And that's why and I'm not gonna because again I'm a gun owner and but if you're pulling your weapon for anything other than self-defense,
right,
you're going to get yourself in trouble. There's just
this is what happens when you play Grand Theft Auto and then you just leave the house, and you just think that you can just do whatever you want to do because
the world's a video game.
There's no reset button on this, and you don't have enough stroke to walk to get away from this. Money is not going to buy you out of it. You're not that guy, and it's on video. It's so dead to rights. What are you going to say? I thought personally, when I first saw it, I said, surely there must be some other connection between these two people. It had to be something else. We're missing. And it just so happened to happen at the game. One guy sleeping with the other guy's wife. One guy did, the other guy's sister dirty.
Right.
A bad business deal.
I said the same thing. This can't be about.
This can't be about. This is not possible. It's got to be about money, sex, reputation. Being tarnished, something. But I haven't heard anything to that effect. No. It literally just is what it is. Yeah.
No, something happened. Completely about that game.
Something happened. They got into an argument, and one man shot another man. That's it.
And again, this brings to bear, I believe, some of the issues that we need to really start talking about in our community, right? So, one of the issues is, and again, this is gonna sound bad from a licensed gun owner.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't need a gun.
Correct. Well, just like everybody doesn't need to drive. Everybody doesn't need to drive an automobile.
Right.
Everybody doesn't need to, have access to firearms because they may not be qualified.
And that's
they may not be in a healthy
mental
they may not
mental space,
a good mental space, or control their emotions.
Right.
That's why, I mean, now that's kind of done away with. You and I had to go through classes in order in order and qualify for accuracy in order to have the right to conceal carry.
Right.
Now, just no problem. Just show up.
If you breathing and got some bread,
fog up this mirror.
Hey,
here you go.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. And again, communities that are hurt by this. Now, again, this is a bang on our community because we lose an asset.
Mm-hmm.
A father who sees a lane that he can run in to, to help his community, and not just his community. Think of all these young boys, 8, 9 years old, that look up to him, that now don't have him in their life. That's going to set them back.
Yeah.
And then the emotional scar that's going to come from being on the field when he was killed.
Right.
That's going to set them back. And so now they're not going to have him, not going to be able, and then that family's is hurt.
And he was shot 3 times.
3 times.
In front of his own 9-year-old son.
Absolutely.
Lord have mercy.
It's on video. I meant to send it to you if I didn't. It's on video and you hear it distinctive. And he was breaking up a fight.
Wow.
I don't even think the shots were meant toward him. He was breaking up a fight. He's a coach sitting back parents, referees, everybody scuffling, whatever. He gets in the middle because that's what he's proven he's doing in his life.
Mm-hmm.
There's a place where I can feel,
and
I'm jumping in my lane to help. And now his life is known. Our community is set back.